He says he is not ready for a relationship. Most people hear these words and immediately think they must wait, prove their value, or work harder to earn love. That is the first mistake. A man who says he is not ready has already given you information that many people spend months trying to discover. The problem is not that people do not hear the truth. The problem is that they do not accept it. They hear "I am not ready" and translated into "try harder" they hear "I need time." And translated into "convince me" they hear uncertainty and respond with sacrifice. This is how power quietly changes hands. Machiavelli understood a simple truth about human nature. People value what they fear losing more than what they already possess. The moment you start chasing someone who is uncertain about you, you teach them that your presence is guaranteed. And what is guaranteed is rarely respected. When a man says he is not ready for a relationship, your response will determine whether you keep your dignity or slowly lose it. Most people react emotionally. They beg for explanations, ask for reassurance, or stay available while receiving nothing in return. But power belongs to the person who remains calm when others become desperate. The goal is not to manipulate him. The goal is to protect yourself. Because the truth is harsh. A person who is unsure about committing is often very sure about keeping the benefits of your attention. They may not want a relationship, but they do not want to lose access to you either. This creates a situation where you give more and receive less. If you want respect, if you want clarity, and if you want to stop wasting your time, there is one response that changes everything. It is simple, it is calm, and it forces reality into the open. Instead of arguing, convincing, or waiting, you say this: "I understand. If you're not ready for a relationship, I respect that. But I'm looking for something serious, so I'll step back and wish you the best." These words seem gentle, but they carry immense power. Why? Because for the first time, you are no longer negotiating against your own interests. You are accepting his answer and acting accordingly. Most people never do this. They remain in situations that hurt them because they are afraid of losing someone. But what if the real loss is losing yourself? The first principle Machiavelli would teach is that clarity is power. People often stay trapped in confusing situations because confusion gives them hope. Hope can be useful, but false hope is a dangerous drug. When someone says they are not ready, many individuals immediately begin searching for hidden meanings. They ask themselves whether he is scared, whether he was hurt before, whether he secretly loves them, or whether he simply needs more time. Notice what is happening. They stop focusing on facts and start focusing on fantasies. Facts are uncomfortable. Fantasies are comforting. Yet only facts can protect you. If a man tells you he is not ready, that statement alone is enough information for you to make a decision. You do not need to investigate his childhood, analyze every text message, or become a detective searching for clues. The more energy you spend decoding him, the less energy you spend valuing yourself. This is why powerful people focus on actions instead of explanations. Words can be emotional. Actions reveal priorities. A man who is ready for a relationship does not create endless uncertainty. He moves toward commitment. He makes decisions. He removes doubt through action. Someone who consistently avoids commitment is showing you his position, whether he admits it directly or not. Many people fear accepting this because they believe acceptance means giving up. In reality, acceptance means seeing clearly, and clarity is the beginning of freedom. The second principle Machiavelli would teach is that your value increases when it is not handed out without conditions. Many people misunderstand this idea. They think value comes from playing games, acting cold, or pretending not to care. That is not true. Real value comes from self-respect. When a man says he is not ready for a relationship, and you continue giving him all the benefits of one, you create an imbalance. He receives companionship, attention, emotional support, loyalty, and often exclusivity, while giving little commitment in return. Human nature rarely rewards this arrangement with greater respect. More often, it rewards it with complacency. People become comfortable receiving what they did not earn. This is why your response matters so much. By stepping back, You are not punishing him. You are simply refusing to invest where there is no shared vision. A wise person understands that every investment requires evidence of return. Your time, energy, affection, and attention are among the most valuable resources you possess. Once spent, they can never be recovered. Yet many people give these resources away freely, while receiving only promises and possibilities. Machiavelli knew that power is often lost gradually, not suddenly. You do not wake up one morning powerless. You become powerless through a series of small compromises that seem harmless at the time. One extra month of waiting, one more excuse accepted, one more disappointment ignored, one more situation where your needs are pushed aside. Eventually, the pattern becomes your reality. This is why boundaries are so important. A boundary is not a threat. It is not an attempt to control another person. It is a statement about what you will and will not accept in your own life. Weak boundaries create confusion. Strong boundaries create respect. When you tell a man, "I understand your position, but I want something different," you are drawing a line that protects your future. Some people worry that this will push him away. But consider the alternative. If a boundary causes someone to leave, they were already benefiting from a situation that favored them more than it favored you. A healthy relationship can survive honesty. In fact, it depends on it. What often collapses under honesty is a one-sided arrangement. The fear of losing someone causes many people to remain silent about their needs. They think that asking for commitment will scare the other person away. They think expressing standards will make them appear demanding. But hidden resentment grows wherever honesty is absent. You cannot build a stable connection by pretending to want less than you actually want. Sooner or later, the truth emerges. Another lesson from Machiavelli is that uncertainty often serves the interest of the person creating it. Think carefully about this. If one person wants commitment and the other wants freedom, who benefits most from keeping things undefined? Usually, it is the person avoiding commitment. The longer the situation remains unclear, the longer they enjoy the advantages without making a decision. This does not always come from bad intentions. Sometimes people are genuinely confused. Sometimes they truly do not know what they want. But regardless of the reason, the outcome remains the same. Your life remains on hold while they figure themselves out. And this is where many people make a costly mistake. They become emotionally attached to potential rather than reality. They fall in love with what could happen, instead of paying attention to what is happening. Potential is seductive because it allows you to imagine a future where everything works out. Reality demands that you evaluate the present. Machiavelli would always choose reality. He understood that successful decisions are based on what people do, not what they might do someday. When you step back after hearing that a man is not ready, something interesting happens. The illusion disappears. Suddenly, both people must confront reality. If he truly values you and genuinely wants a future with you, he now has space to recognize what your absence means. If he does not, then his actions will reveal that as well. Either outcome provides clarity, and clarity is always more valuable than prolonged uncertainty. Many people fear this moment because they worry about the answer they might receive. They would rather stay in limbo than risk disappointment. But limbo is simply delayed disappointment mixed with false hope. Every day spent avoiding the truth is a day you cannot invest elsewhere. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing clarity despite fear. The strongest position you can take is not demanding commitment, chasing reassurance, or arguing your case. The strongest position is being willing to walk away from what does not align with your goals. That willingness changes everything, because it proves that your standards are stronger than your loneliness. The final principle Machiavelli would teach is that respect follows those who respect themselves first. Many people spend years trying to earn love from someone who has already told them they cannot provide what they want. They become trapped in a cycle of waiting, hoping, and interpreting every small sign as evidence that things are finally changing. A delayed text becomes a mystery to solve. A kind gesture becomes proof that commitment is coming. A good week erases months of inconsistency. This is how emotions can cloud judgment. The mind begins protecting the fantasy, because the fantasy feels better than the truth. But a powerful life cannot be built on wishful thinking. It must be built on reality. Reality may hurt for a moment, but it saves you from years of confusion. The person who accepts reality gains something far more valuable than temporary comfort. Freedom. Freedom to pursue relationships that are aligned with their goals. Freedom to invest in people who are capable of meeting them halfway. Freedom to stop chasing certainty from those who cannot provide it. This is why the statement, "I understand, but I'm looking for something serious, so I'll step back," carries so much weight. It is not dramatic. It is not angry. It contains no threats, no guilt, and no manipulation. It simply communicates that you are unwilling to abandon your standards in exchange for access to someone's attention. Most people never reach this level of emotional discipline. They allow fear to make decisions for them. Fear of being alone. Fear of starting over. Fear that this person might have been their only chance at love. But fear is a poor advisor. It encourages short-term comfort at the expense of long-term happiness. Machiavelli understood that difficult decisions often create better outcomes than comfortable ones. The path that feels hardest in the moment is often the path that protects your future. Walking away from uncertainty can feel painful, yet staying in uncertainty often creates a deeper pain that lasts much longer. One is the pain of loss, the other is the pain of self-betrayal, and self-betrayal always leaves a heavier scar. There is another reason this response is so powerful. It forces responsibility back onto the other person. When you continue chasing, persuading, and proving your worth, you carry the entire burden of the relationship. You become the one maintaining momentum. You become the one solving problems that were never yours to solve. But when you step back, the situation becomes clear. If he wants a future with you, he must choose it. If he wants commitment, he must demonstrate it. If he wants your presence in his life, he must value it enough to act. This is not a game. It is accountability. A relationship cannot survive on one person's effort forever. At some point, both people must willingly move toward each other. If only one person is advancing, there is no partnership. There is only pursuit. Many people believe that holding standards will reduce their chances of finding love. The opposite is usually true. Standards filter out situations that waste your time. They protect your energy from being invested where it is unlikely to grow. They help you recognize who is genuinely available and who is simply enjoying convenience. Every strong relationship begins with mutual willingness. Not perfect timing, not endless persuasion, not one person convincing the other. Mutual willingness. Without it, even the strongest attraction eventually struggles under the weight of uncertainty. So if a man tells you he is not ready for a relationship, do not argue. Do not negotiate. Do not volunteer for a waiting room that has no departure date. Listen carefully to what he is telling you and respond with calm confidence. Say, "I understand. If you're not ready for a relationship, I respect that. But I'm looking for something serious, so I'll step back and wish you the best, then mean it. Not because you want to make him chase you. Not because you hope it will change his mind. But because your future deserves clarity more than confusion. Your heart deserves commitment more than excuses. And your self-respect deserves protection more than promises." In the end, the real question is not whether he is ready for a relationship. The real question is whether you are ready to stop accepting less than what you truly want. The moment you answer that question honestly, everything changes. Because power does not come from making someone choose you. Power comes from choosing yourself when others refuse to do so. And that is a lesson Machiavelli would understand very well. If this video helped you see the situation more clearly, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future insights. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today, and leave a comment below. What would you say to someone who claims they're not ready for a relationship? Your thoughts could help others who are going through the same situation.